Hello, hello, guys. How are you doing? Good morning. Good morning to everyone. Good morning, Chris. Good morning, Lion. Good morning, Gap. Once more, London session. Let's see what we have. How's everyone morning? Hey, Andres. Good morning. Good morning, Chris. Okay, let's see. I just opened charts and I saw like I didn't trade New York session yesterday, so I completely missed out on the move that happened. Yeah, yeah. We're gonna go over NQ from the daily chart, like every day we do, from the daily chart onto the lower time frame. What can I say? I was not like I wanted to have this move higher. Um, I was not sure if we were gonna get it or not, like going for this high. Last week, I don't know if you remember, guys. You were around. We were down here. We start seeing NQ disrespect, some fair value gaps to the downside, and turning them into inverse ones, like this one here. That was a plus a IFG. Then he also had this fair value gap. So far, the daily, what I'm liking from the daily chart is that NQ is suspecting most of the PD arrays that we are leaving behind. Good morning, Anubis. Like this fair value gap here. And we were looking for all of these highs here, this low resistance liquidity, until we reach this high. We are not yet there. Looking for yesterday, we tapped into this daily fair value gap and it respected it. We react from it and we move higher. So that's why I say I like how the daily looks, because at least it's not like this price action here where we don't have inefficiencies for price to support and have like a continuous direction for not a long period of time, but here we go. Like this is like a couple weeks move. So this is really interesting to see NQ respect PD arrays on the higher time frame. Because yeah, that way we can form bias. That's the way I form bias. So I still think the same way. After tapping this daily fair value gap here, my drawn liquidity for now remains the same. This higher here, the 25th of February high, that's my drawn liquidity. Are we gonna get today? I don't know, but I'm like pretty confident seeing what I'm seeing here, that NQ is moving higher and higher, following my initial idea from below here, that we're gonna get here at some point. So now I'm gonna go to the 4-hour to see if there's something that supports. Obviously, the weekly gap is gone. We completely filled that one. That's also the idea that we had yesterday during London. We swept these lows here on the 4-hour, and then we run higher. Good morning, Christian. So yeah, and then we had like a London and a New York session completely bullish. I missed both moves, even though I was bullish. Good morning, slim trading, and yeah, 4-hour right now, it's not telling me much. Of course, we have fair value gaps, like we have imbalances here, and as I can see, they're untapped. Like we didn't reach into this fair value gap here on the 4-hour. We also have like another one here and another one down below here. So we have three fair value gaps on the 4-hour where we might want to find support at some point. Um, And then 1 hour, as Yap said on chat, we have like a tight Asia range here. And it's also normal because we had like a great, like big expansion day yesterday. So it's normal that we have like some sort of consolidation here for now. 1 hour doesn't tell me much either. We have this fair value up here on the 1 hour. This is a 4 hour gap. Let me mark it out. 4 hour FPG, and that's an hourly one. But again, we have like a ton of inefficiencies along the move. So I wouldn't, like when this happens, I'm not trying to look for a bounce from the closest fair value gap or imbalance, especially on a day where we expanded completely like the whole day. We need to rebalance this, in my opinion. So going deeper and finding support on any other fair value gap along the move, like close to 50% or something like this, would be better. Let me go even lower in the 15-minute, and yeah, we're on a range right now. Like since the open happened, we've been moving on a range formed by this high and this low. We all agree on this. So either we play the range, being that we attack lows and then we see a reaction and get like a position looking the other side of the range if we want to keep ranging, or let me see if we have some sort of swings forming. This complete consolidation. The 4 hours have this high, but we didn't commit to the move lower from this possible swing here. We are on C4, and C4, like C3 should have went lower, and then C4 continue, but we are not seeing this. Good morning, Anthony. So yeah, I think I'm gonna try and play. Yeah, it's a bit of a shame that we don't have like any London sessions lately. The fun happens during New York session, but it is what it is, I guess. We're gonna have good London sessions eventually. It's just a matter of like being patient, I guess. So as I said, maybe waiting for a move lower. 3 a.m. open right now, and we don't have like nothing moving. Yeah, I mean, yesterday, New York was really nice. I completely missed it, but it was nice. Lion, thank you so much for the comment. I appreciate it. Yeah, even though we might not have like good price action for the last few London sessions, it's always nice to tune in, talk to you. Also, one of the things that we can get from these live streams, I think we've been nailing the direction for NQ for the past week and a half. Checking the daily chart, we've been following through all of this move that NQ is giving us to the upside. I mean, at least I was pretty confident that this could happen. And again, NQ was respecting the PD arrays and imbalances, finding support where it should find support. So I think something to take from these sessions is that we can follow the direction and then use that direction for New York or any other session that anyone trades. Okay, for now, 3 a.m. open to the upside. We swept these highs here, relative equal highs, or what I like to call them smooth edges. I would prefer not to get a short and look for shorts. I would prefer not to look for shorts because I'm feeling bullish. Um, I've been bullish for the past week. Um, so I would prefer to look for longs, but we'll see what happens. think I think we are not going to move higher from here. I think it wants to go lower, or what I would like to see is go lower first, then go higher. Same thing as yesterday, that I was looking for a move lower to then go higher because I wanted to get into longs. Uh, and today is the same exact scenario. Thank you, Andres. Yeah, I think the bias we've had for the past 2 weeks have been really nice. Good morning, Ed. Let's see. Let me get back to the higher time frame to see what we're doing here. 1 hour. We tapped into this 1 hour gap at 8. Um, the idea is that it expands. Like, oh yes, to the low. I'm gonna check the yes now, Anthony. Thank you. The idea is that it expands. Like, I really want to see this high being taken because my drawn liquidity on the daily chart was all of this highs, this highs, this highs, and ultimately this high over here on the 25th. Because this is basically low resistance. So we are running through low resistance liquidity with that high being the, like, we could go even higher, but it makes sense that this is the high that started the low resistance liquidity. So I'm aiming for this high, and my expectations for today, my minimum expectations for today would be this high on the 25th of February. Yeah, February. So yeah, I would like to see a move higher. So that's true. Anthony just more like mentioned it in chat. ES swept this low and Q didn't, so we have a huge S&P. I mean, not huge, but we have a decent S&P here. That sometimes I can use, like, if you know my model, the way I trade, I need liquidity sweeps and then moves to the opposite direction of that liquidity sweep happening. So when we have this kind of SMT, when we have SMTs, we can use the stronger asset, and assuming that this was a liquidity sweep, but instead it's just an SMT, and you can use the idea to start looking for the breaker, like if this low took the previous one and taking liquidity. So let me check. 5 minutes. Trying to find an idea of where, if I want to go long, where I can go long from. Let me check the stop map real quick. I want to see where we are on the stop map. Now we're just a little bit above the daily open, so, and minus manipulation is close to the drawn liquidity that I have for the day, so that's nice. So that was liquidity sweep. I would like to look for a breaker somewhere. Liquidity. I would really want to see something. Like, I know this is not the definition of a breaker, but do you guys see that if I had to follow the definition for the breaker would be just these two candles over here. But this one and this one are really small candles that they don't tell me much. So when this happens, that I have like a couple small candles in between, like what would be the consecutive candles for my breaker, I just completely ignore them and use the whole move as the breaker. So that would be the breaker for me on the 15 minute. And it looks like we're moving higher. And I think this gave already a 2 hour trade. Yeah, like it's giving it right now. Yes, going higher also. Yeah, exactly. I think right now I need to wait and see if we can get a retracement. Um, I mean, at least it is moving. Like it's not that we are still ranging. It's moving somewhere, but it's moving. Yeah, crude oil going lower like crazy, true. But that also makes sense because usually even Q goes up, crude oil goes down, and vice versa. So that's a good sign. What is gold doing? Gold going higher. Going for this high here. Gold. And the scenario on gold is pretty much the same as in Q. Let me check. What do we have here? Do you have any tapping to 4 hour gaps? No. 1 hour. Nothing. 15 minute. Something like this on gold. I wouldn't dislike it. It gave 2 hour already. Okay, let's go back to NQ. Okay, Q going down now. As the S&T with yes. I think if we get the retracement back into the breaker, I'm gonna take it even though it gave already 2 hour. Let me get rid of the 4 hour gap here. 5 minute. We didn't tap into the 5 minute gap. What about gold? Same thing. Just a matter of patience right now. Sounds okay. Oh, that could be a good scenario. True. Do you use YMSMD or treat it as independent asset? To be honest, I don't check SMD, so I usually treat it as an independent asset. I always, if I have to check for SMTs, I always use yes with NQ, and then let YM do its thing. I've never, Anthony, to be honest, I've never used order flow um, in general. Have you? Like, have you tried it? Like, I'm sure some of the the models that we have using ICT, if we used order flow to pair with the model, we would be able to filter out so many things, and probably some of the models would come out beneficial. Like, it would be nice in some of the models to see and pair with order flow. Good morning, Alex. I didn't take longs. I didn't. Like, I didn't have a chance. Are the manipulations? Yeah, I know. Order flow, it's hard at the beginning. At the beginning, it looks like hard. Are the manipulations of the stat map above or around equal equilibrium of previous day? Uh, I mean, the distribution one is close to the equilibrium of the previous daily candle. The minus distribution one, it is. But the manipulations, they're not, but they're slight above. Thank you, Ben. Glad that you're enjoying it. What is oil doing? Same position, same stuff. Same thing on gold. Hey, we need to remain patient here. See 15 minute. Zeus, did you catch along? Or we are on the same boat? Damn. Yeah. GG. Like you got it like down below here at 578, right? Ah, what a trade. Good one, good one. Let's see if we can get the move lower and see how it reacts from this area. I mean, the truth is, if we don't get down here, and instead we create a 15-minute imbalance and then we tap into it, and I can find a 1-minute breaker inside that imbalance, that would also be something that I would probably take. I was using one from Joshua that he did for me. Let me see if I can find it. In this session, Juno, this is the one, I think it is. I don't know where it is. I don't know if Joshua still has it like posted somewhere. I can try and find it if you want it. It's just a simple, like you have the labels, you can change the sessions and everything. Yeah, right. It looks much better, way cleaner. Like I was like a while back ago, I was drawing myself each day these boxes. Um, let me try and because I don't like I have the code, but I didn't post it. Really, Anthony. So Joshua did that one for me, and he published it, but I don't know if it's available or not anymore. Because it's something that we did for free. So I'll have to ask him if he's still like posting it or not, and I'll let you know. Like tomorrow, I'm gonna stream again in London, so I'm gonna tell you something because I'm gonna ask him today. But yeah, this one is way better. Uh, no, it's not trouble. Like it's not trouble. Like that one was completely free, and it's completely free for everyone. We did it because since I was doing it and I was using it myself, people asked, and we thought it would be a great idea to launch it for free since it's just 4 boxes and like yeah, it's not nothing complicated. Andres, what you just said is what's what I'm waiting for. So I really want to see a retracement lower to keep looking for higher. One of the things that I would be happy with is that if we form now here on the 15-minute, imagine we form like it's 6 minutes, 7 minutes to go for this 15-minute candle, but imagine we leave this fair value gap here on the 15-minute, and we retrace on the 15-minute into the fair value gap, and then we can find something on the 1 minute for a continuation trade higher. That's what I would like to see. We don't actually get to happen, like get to see a retracement lower. But we had a great push at 3 a.m. and now we are slowing down a bit. And that also, like, I really like it that we are slowing down because I think if we're able to get a retracement, like form the 15-minute gap or whatever, and then wait for 4 a.m., that usually gives a good move. If if we can get that move at 4 a.m. to the upside, I think it could be like a great continuation trade. Yeah, true. True, Zio, it's true. Also, I really like to keep track of the statistics that I use from Edgeful. By no means this is like promotion or anything, but I do really find this specific, like the one that I'm going to talk about, the statistic from Edgeful really interesting about the 4 hour candle of between 2 a.m. and 6 a.m., where if 2 a.m. closes the screen, like if this candle closes screen, we have like a huge percentage chance that we don't close the 4 hour candle below the open of 2 a.m. So basically, we have like a 70% chance pretty much that this 4 hour candle close the screen. So usually you want to look for continuations out of how the 2 a.m. candle closed, or that's the idea. Gold, what we're doing, gold retrace completely. Oil trying to, oil tap into minus distribution to the tick, and it's holding. Um, I need to I need to see Anthony when I'm gonna stream New York. Um, right now that I'm in Thailand, New York is around 9 p.m. Yeah, from 9 to 11 p.m. if I'm not wrong. Um, and since like I'm here for like I've been here for 3 days, just 3 days, and I was settling, finding a home. Um, so at night I was completely exhausted. Yeah. For what? Because why not? Like nothing special. I just came here because I wanted to um, move away from home for a while, go to a different place. Yeah, yeah, yeah. For the ladies. I mean, yesterday it was like Thailand's New Year. It was a blast. Like it was crazy. But I'm gonna do some New York sessions, that's for sure. I'm gonna join with Alex or Kane on some of them, and I'm sure Kane also is gonna join for some London sessions this week. Yeah, you can trade the 3 sessions, like Asia session at the morning, um, lunchtime, like right now it's 2 p.m. 2 p.m. Yeah, uh, and then at night you can trade New York. So if you really wanted to, you can trade 3 sessions. But so far, I didn't have much time to trade, to be honest. Like I've been trading, doing the sessions, like London sessions with you guys, and then um, not much. Like when the night arrives, like when it's like late 10 p.m. or something like this, I'm just completely exhausted. I just want to go sleep. Okay, we're gonna close the 15-minute candle here, and we formed a 15-minute fair value gap. Now, what I would really like to see is this 15-minute to go into this 15-minute fair value gap and try and find a continuation, because I like there's no way I can trade, like I can find a long from here. I really need to see how price goes to the 15-minute gap. Damn, we're going higher. Why not settle in your order and go to sleep? I mean, that would be something that I could do, uh, but I'm sure you guys don't want to see myself just setting a limit and laying down on the bed that I have behind. That's true, Alex. On Asia session, you're still sleeping. London session, you have hangover. And New York session, you're drunk again. True. Yeah, that draw is above here. Really hard because I think we have the right idea, but it's just that I cannot have like I missed this long here at open because we didn't have a retracement or anything. It's like we have the right idea, but the market doesn't give me anything to execute the way I execute usually. Good morning, Danster. Um, yeah, it could be bearish because right now both are going up, and they shouldn't be this way. Gold retraced, tapped into minus manipulation from above. Might find support here to continuation higher. And then Q doing weird things again. I mean, not weird, but I really want to be able to get something. Good morning, Tom. How are you doing? Next week, I'm gonna try and stream um, a couple New Year sessions. It's a shame because obviously my model performs better during New York, and it is a shame that we have to be here just watching the charts because like I don't have any way to get an entry or to get a trade during London session when during New York. I'm going to see pretty much all the days I get something. It could go to the right direction or wrong direction, but usually I have something that I can take action on. Yeah, Tom, like market right now is not in the best moment for me either. So I said that gold could continue higher if it finds support here. Like this is the idea that I had on gold, and this is the high that I would like that would make sense for gold to go through to basically. If I had to set a drawn liquidity, that's the high that I would expect gold to take. And I marked this breaker here on the 15 minute. It completely retraced on this aggressive move. So that's true. This move is like not something that I would like to see if we really want to keep going higher. And we tap minus manipulation from above. So when we tap minus manipulation from above, what I expect is this area to act as a support for price to go lower to then go higher. But again, I'm not a gold expert, so I don't usually know how gold reacts. This could be also a thing, like we swept this high here, we could also be going lower, but I think that having this high here, that makes sense as a drawn liquidity, uh, adds like more sense of the idea of that we can continue going higher. But again, this candle here, the 315 one, super aggressive one. If I had a limit here, I wouldn't be comfortable, to be honest, getting an entry with this candle here with this big drop. This one it was in June with my Trump tweets and same has been a bit changed lately. Yeah, I agree with you. I've been in the same spot, if I'm being honest, like full transparency. Um, but I think it's part of being a trader, knowing when not to go hard and when you should do it. Like I've said it many times, uh, usually on a year, like 12 months, the most profit for me comes in just like 3 out of the 12 months. And it's usually by mid to end of the year. Usually, I don't know why it's been like this for a couple years, 3 years, where most of my profits, or when I feel more in sync with the market, is usually at the end of the year and not at the start. And most of my profits come from just 3 months out of the 12 months of the year. So actually, my job is just to take advantage of these 3 months when I feel like I'm trading good enough, and trying not to lose too much when I'm on this period of time where I don't feel like models performing the same way, or me as a trader, I'm not performing the same way, or the market is moving weird, or the projection doesn't fit the way I trade. Yeah, it's not worth it. Yeah. It's like the wars, the war news and everything can change everything so quick that you can have like an idea on a Friday, and then Monday you just see the news, and the idea that you had based on technicals, it's completely gone, and you have to form a new one. Yeah, if you're around break even, you are doing good enough. Like not losing to this market, it's also like I consider it a win right now. If you're making money, way better, 10 out of 10. But if you're break even or not losing money out of this market, you're doing way better than most. Gold, gold over time frame. Gold seems to be reacting out of the setup we managed to form. I'm thinking of getting into this. It's like I don't think I'm gonna be able to get into the along with like on NQ. That's the truth. Somewhat bias. How do you form your bias? I think that's the key point. And also, it comes because I see so many people forming bias uh, in some, like in many different ways at a time, like checking too many things. Like if we have a swing on the daily, checking the weekly, checking like um, external to internal moves on the daily, like people using so many different things for bias at once. And some of them like what the point I'm trying to explain is that you have that you can use every time, and build conviction uh, um, out of the way you trade, that you find that bias, if that makes sense. I always do just the same thing. I always go to the daily chart and look for internal to external moves. Like, like I really want to see price go tap into internal, then going for external. So that's pretty much the way I just for my bias out of the daily chart, checking for fair value gaps, and that's it. That's why I asked. I don't know how you form your bias. Okay, let's go back to gold. Do I really want to get into this? Um, I do form a bias. That doesn't mean I don't trade the opposite direction of my bias if the lower time frame makes sense. Like on a bullish bias, we can still have like a 1 hour swing to the downside, and that would make sense. So so yeah, like the bias for me is just to get like a general direction. Obviously, if I get a trade the same direction to my bias and lower time frame makes also sense that we move towards the direction of my bias, it's better, like more confluence. If we don't and we trade the opposite way of my bias, but still low time frame makes sense and we have a context there that makes sense, it's okay. But obviously the bias is way better. Like it's way better if you take a trade towards your bias than against your bias, in my opinion. Thank you doing. Okay, let's see if we can get the retracement here, the 15 minute, that would be perfect. Okay, guys, I just saw that we are 72 of us here, and I'm gonna check the likes count. See, as I was expecting, just 14 people like this video. Come on, just hit it. Nice. How do you and the guys at the lab live feel about how things are going? Are you happy with the numbers so far? Yeah, I think we're not focusing too much on the numbers. I think we are focusing more on the feedback that you guys gives us. Just seeing that if you find streams entertaining, like useful, we are trying to aim like the streams on an educational way so people can ask questions and clear doubts on how they trade, how we trade, the trading models that we use. So we are listening more feedback than checking numbers for now. But so I mean we're happy. And I'm happy also, personally, with the streams we are doing. Yeah, Tom. Like X, Twitter, like socials are the true killers of traders. It's just crazy. Uh, it's crazy how fake is the um, the industry on socials. But it's also it is what it is because like people also made socials be the way it is. Like people really want to see wins, not losses. Even though of some people say, yeah, I want to see some losses to see whatever failed or what not. But in reality, what people want to see is people winning. They want to follow people that are winning, not showing um, losses. That's the truth. Nice, Anubis. Like I'm happy. Like this is the type of feedback that we are actually looking for instead of just focusing on the numbers. Like we don't really care we have like 70 people or 300. We, at least for me, what I care more is this type of comments that if you guys like can take something out of the streams, even though it's just, I don't know, the bias that we go through at the start of the stream, or the follow through on price, like I don't know, this gold trade, like if someone wanted to go on a gold long and didn't know how to take it, we're not taking this trade even though we draw it. I don't take it because I don't usually trade gold, uh, but we didn't take it. But if someone had was like thinking of taking it to golden trade and can take advantage of the analysis, uh, that's the whole point. Yeah, completely boring. Pierre again, Alex. I remember like around 2023, 2024, price action in general in, I'm not going to say all the sessions because I didn't trade Asia, but both London and New York were crazy good. Like you could trade both sessions, and both sessions were really good in terms of price action. Yeah, anyways, yeah, I could be trade. I think I said it like a couple of times. I could be taking trades, random trades, just to entertain you guys. But that's not something I wanna do. We can do it like sometime, but it's not something I want to do. Like forming the habit of being able to go through a session. It's also helpful because like if we are not taking any trades, at least we are here, and we can have a conversation. We can chat to each other, and we can check any other asset or whatever, and at least the 2 hours of a session or whatever long you want it to be in front of the screen, um, we make it a bit easier. Yeah, it was expected to be scale. We also mentioned it that after the expansion that we had yesterday, it was completely normal that we consolidated and we wouldn't move that much. I still think that New York is gonna move to the upside, and we're gonna take this like the high that we marked out on the daily for the past few weeks, like the couple of weeks. I think it is. I do really think we're gonna get that push higher today. Yeah, we also mentioned it like a few times, and there is that some of us, like I don't want to like mention any other streams because I don't consume any other streams, but I think that we also have like a good piece. Like we're not super hyped. We're not like, I don't know. We're not like a show where you come just to get entertained and that's it. You know? True, Alex. Yeah, yeah. I agree with you. Yeah, yeah. We're I agree with you. We really want to focus on education streams rather than entertaining, and we can do both. We can do entertaining educational streams. Um, I get you, but like not I'm not saying Garrett like is that way, but uh you don't really know how many losses someone got before they finally hit the win. I know some traders like Garrett is one of them probably. He's extremely good trader. Um, there are really there are really good traders out there, but what I'm trying to say is just don't believe anything that's posted on socials, to be honest. And I think I mentioned like I did a post on X some time ago, uh, where you should try to find someone like if you want to find someone in social like on social media, find someone that really adds something to your trading and not follow just people that show off how much they're making and the good of a trader that they are. And if that's the only thing that they're like trying to give you, uh, um, I think it's not worth it. Like you need to find someone that is that you can take something out of the post that they do, even if it's like post like you can post wins, but show the chart with. I prefer to just focus on how that person specifically found that trade, and that gives me and that he could give me the information or the way the thought process of that trade rather than seeing like a big P&L. That's what I'm trying to say. We could do this if you want, Andres. Yeah. I don't believe in more artists. True. True, true. That's a good quote. That's true, Jason. That's true. If you can find someone that trades the same way as you're all set because you guys are gonna have the same vision, and you're gonna find or see something that fits like the way you trade that you might not find or whatever. Yeah, Tom, we can go over what I consider a good breaker. That's the way to go. I did this a long time ago. I don't consume social media trading related accounts that much anymore. I barely post myself. I used to post more, um, but yeah, I really post myself that much now. Okay, we tapped in the 15-minute gap. Um, while I see, like, while I'm explaining to Tom or whoever's want to know what for me is a good breaker. Um, for me, a good breaker is so. I'm gonna go into 1 minute because I want to see how this reacts from here. We swept this. Could it sweep? We took the low that formed the 15-minute gap. Yeah, there's one right here. Yeah, or even the gold one that we marked out here. It's also a good one. But I wanna go over the definition and what you really want to see to consider a good breaker. Because for the breaker, what you need is like it's a part. The breaker part is just a pattern, right? And you want to be like you want to find the the pattern in the chart the cleanest way possible. So you really want to see that you have like for I don't know, for a bullish one, let's do this. this, and this. You really want to see how you have a low, low, high, lower low, and the higher high, and this being the breaker. Then we're gonna go into details of how the breaker looks like when it comes to the candles formation. But I really stress about this because you really want to see this clean, like you really, because there's sometimes where if you want to find a breaker on chart, you're going to be able to find multiple breakers. Like if you really want to see a breaker, you're going to be able to see a breaker. But you need to see, yeah, like you need to be able to spot, like if you can spot this in the chart right away and not even think about, okay, do we have the low here? Do we have the high here? Do we have the lower low here and then the higher high? Like if you really need to think about it that much, you're probably in front of not that good of a breaker. You do need to see the pattern of low, high, lower, low, higher, high, and vice versa for the ones to the downside. Because sometimes you have like this type of moves where you have like a big drop and then all of a sudden you have like a, I don't know, a candle like this and then something like this, and then we start moving. Like you can clearly see this here that you have the low, high, high, low, low, but this and this is not as clean as the one that we have on the left. Like you really need to think about, is this actually this, or this upside move here is part of the downside move? Like you don't want to confuse the green or the upside move in this example. You don't want to confuse this little upside move for a breaker to use when in reality it's just the pullback of the move lower, if that makes sense. So for me, the breakers are the ones where you can clearly spot right away the pattern formation this way. And yeah, that's basically it. Then obviously there's another conversation to have about what would you consider a high probability breaker, and like differentiate like whatever if you're in front of a high probability breaker or just a breaker, because again we have breakers everywhere. Like here, for example, this is a clear example. Here, will you use this as the breaker? um I probably wouldn't, because for me the formation here is here. We have the high, then the low, the higher high, and then the lower low. This, we don't have any pattern like this to use this breaker. So the breaker here would be this one. And like we tapped it and then we go lower. That's what I mean when you need to see the pattern play out right away, that you have to be able to spot it right away. And then obviously you need to be aware that also this is like just a 1 minute breaker, but I would never use this breaker. Like look at this candle here, it's super small. Like you really want to have like a range of a breaker that's decent enough and that has room enough for price to go through it, and maybe not take your stop loss and be able to go to the direction that you really want to. Like most of the time this type of breakers will fail. Let me check, yes, real quick. Yeah, to be honest, what I'm trying to see on the 1 minute, boom, 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 I think I want to see like a closure above here. Like we can get a closure above here. I would like to take this. Um, Gold's still trying to, but not going higher for now. Okay, 4 a.m. Let's see. 4 a.m. can gives us a move. Going along now. I use from the 1 minute until the 15 minutes sometimes. I prefer the 1 minute. That's true. But you can I usually take 5 minute entries and sometimes 15-minute entries and even sometimes 30-second entries. The thing is I use time frame alignment. So that basically means that depending on the higher time frame, I'm gonna go into a specific lower time frame to look for the entry. So in this example, what are we looking at? A 15-minute gap. So the time frame alignment from, yeah, I know 30 seconds is crazy, but it works, trust me. If I'm checking at a 15-minute gap, what I'm looking for is a 1 minute entry because that's the aligned time frame for that specific high time frame. Do you use standard deviations? I used to do them, like use them. Um, but since I'm just always getting out of 2R independently of anything else, because I was using them before for targets, usually aiming for 2.5 standard deviation. But I stopped using because I was always looking for 2R. But it also depends of like the use you give them. Like if you're like using them for, I don't know, finding a reversal area. Yeah, like, and then for example, like the time frame alignment works like this. If you're looking at a higher time frame, higher time frame, and low time frame. Let me do this a little bit bigger. So if I'm looking at the 4 hour high time frame, like if, for example, I'm looking for like I'm watching a 4 hour gap, 4 hour gap, and we tap into it, and I want to look for a position, I would go to the 15-minute lower time frame to take the entry. You can go lower, then you can experiment, you can play around, and you're going to be able to find something on the 5 minute. But the alignment of the time frame for the 4 hours is the 15-minute. If you are checking the 1 hour, you're going to look for an entry on the 5 minute. If you're checking at the 15-minute as the higher time frame, you're going to go into the 1 minute. If you're checking at the 5, you're going to 30 seconds. So since we are seeing, like we are expecting a 15-minute gap reaction here, it makes sense to go to the 1 minute. If it was a 1 hour gap, probably I would be looking at on the 5 minute. Then you can use it in different ways. Was okay. um what I was gonna say, then you can sometimes you can mix these high time frame alignments and even use it like this. Okay, let's see, because we're gonna have this move higher now, and I might be interested in this. if we can get a closure above. Okay, we're not going to close above, we closed below, whatever. So going back to this, I sometimes do this. 5 minutes, and then 1 minute, and then I usually do this also. Yeah, if this goes above here, I'm gonna take the entry. So I usually mix the time frame alignments because I found that you can, like on the 1 hour high time frame, you can find something on the 5 minute and also on the 1 minute that fits the criteria and for all of the time frames. Okay. I'm always gonna try and limit. I usually trade market orders when I'm like trading myself like alone, because it gives me the opportunity to build a position, like get an like get an entry. Like probably I would get an entry now, like a market entry now, set the stop loss. If we get a closure, add another contract. But since I'm streaming, I really want to go for limits because that's the way I quote unquote teach the way I trade, by using limits. So I don't want to do something that I'm trying people to like to take the habit on, at least for when they're starting and trading with the model I trade. And because also like I want to give the opportunity, if you want to follow me on this trade, to be able to take this trade the same way I would take it. Okay, I'm gonna place the order here already because we have 3 seconds left for this candle and it looks like we're gonna close above. We also have here a fair value gap. Fair value gap. This aligns with a high, to our pretty much aligns with the high. Good. I didn't get the entry myself here yet. Okay, now I did. Let's see if we can hold. This is going to be a quick one. If it goes the right way, it's going to be quick. If it goes the wrong way, it's going to be quick also. Like we're going to know if we are right or wrong real quick. Gold going higher. Good. What about oil? Yeah, we could move it to the low here, but to be honest, I want to, like, my motivation is the breaker, so I wanna like be strict about my stop loss placement. Like you could set it to the low, but then I don't know, the move you'll be looking for a bigger move. Usually for the fair value gap inside the breaker, you want to see this to be intact, like just use the breaker, like price react from the breaker, not go to the fair value gap and leave the fair value gap unmitigated. That's good, Andres. Like whatever works for you, it's gonna be okay. Like I don't expect anyone to follow the same way I trade. That's the thing. Like if for you it makes more sense to just have the stop loss at the low and aim for a longer move, that's completely perfect. Like it also depends, like I'm assuming the risk, I'm assuming like I'm okay with taking a loss here in this trade. Like I don't mind. If this goes to the stop loss, I already assume this trade is going to fail, if that makes sense. And to be honest, if I get stopped out, I hope it still goes higher so you can get the win. What about gold? Same spot. Okay, this looks like it's gonna run me through the stop loss. Like it's not looking really good here, especially if we don't manage to close like above the fair value gap again and inverse it. Okay, I'm out. No, this is on my on a Ninja Trader personal account. If now, like for me, if now, because you see that I got stopped out here on the breaker, if now we start moving higher again, I'm I'm gonna get into the trade again. I really was hoping I would follow move higher with 4M candle. See what I'm saying? This this is weird because we might be in front of a news scandal probably, or something has been said because this move is weird. Typical Trump market, true. I don't know. I don't know what was that. Let's see. We can get closure. I might try and get it again, but looks like I was stopped out to the tick. Let me try and find if I can. Yeah, I can see if someone said something about where. Let's choose. Mm, yeah, I cannot find anything. I don't know what happened. Oh, see. Crude oil also going higher. Mm-mm-mm. Okay, let's see if we get the move now. And if you guys are long still, you can get that move happen. It's gonna be sad because I was taking out here, um, and then it run higher or whatever. Nice, nice. Um, I'm thinking about it. Like if we can, to be honest, I would prefer now that it goes higher from here, uh, for the sake of the long, because like I would prefer to see a more a more directional move. And if I'm out of this trade, I'm out of this trade. Like I was saying, I was okay with taking the loss. I think that the idea was a great idea, uh, and I was okay with the risk that I put in. And I would prefer this to go higher now, and you guys get an easier trade, like not easier trade, but you get me like a quicker trade, call it whatever. So it goes easy on your longs rather than giving me an entry and seeing this price action stall and consolidate for a long time until we get the action move. So for now, no, like if I'm in, anytime you see that I'm on a position, you're gonna see it on the chart. I don't usually take positions outside of the trading view that you are guys seeing, for the sake of transparency again, because I really want to see whatever happens, for me, so you guys know what I'm going through. What it's called doing, trying. That's what I didn't want to see. You know, when we're moving the right direction, and all of a sudden we get like a big candle to the downside that doesn't make much sense. That's what I didn't want to see. Couldn't find anything. Why did that 1 minute candle move so aggressively to the upside? And looked like it going lower. 1 hour for me. Crazy trade to be in. This market, yeah. This market is something else. Like I'm confident we're gonna get to that high, but it's just the way we are doing it that bothers me the most. Yeah, like uh following the statistics also, like it makes sense that it goes higher, you know. That's what it, like, to be honest, it, you have a system, and you have control over how you follow that system. You don't have control over the market doing whatever it's doing. Like, I had control over of me deciding if this was a good setup or not to put risk on. It was on me whether if I wanted to get into a market order or limit order, if I wanted to get here, if I wanted to see a reaction first, and then if I wanted to re-enter. Like, this type of things are under your control. But when the market moves this way, like, you're not under control of what happened here or what happened here. So whenever you decide to take action, you have to be happy with any of the both outcomes. And happy meaning that if you make money, you make money. And if you don't, like, you have to be aware that at the moment you are putting money on the line, you can lose it, and you have a big chance of losing it. Because I have a 50 something, like probably now is even lower. I have probably a 48% right now of win rate. So I'm gonna lose half of the times where I decide that I'm gonna take a position. That's the truth. So we need to be okay with assuming that the trade you're getting in is gonna be a loss. And the only thing that you can control is whether if you get in or not. All of the rest is part of, like, the market. Like, I don't know why I feel like eventually we're gonna have a big 1 hour, that 1 minute candle that's gonna run through that high. I don't journal like myself. I do use TradeZella for journaling. And then if, like, I had, like, I don't actively journal where I type and I add everything manually. I just sync it with TradeZella, and if I have a bad day or something like this, I add a note or like something. Uh, but that's like the way I journal right now. To be honest, I'm not experimenting much as of right now. As I was saying, like, the system that I use has proven me that using the top of the breaker and the bottom of the breaker on all of the scenarios, for my entries and stop loss, like using the breaker range, is like, it has a good statistical edge over time. Um, and statistically, usually, if we go through the breaker, in most of the cases, we're gonna go to the low anyway. Like, we're gonna go lower. And as I said, I'm not experimenting much about, like, changing stuff like this. You might be right. Like, it might be something there that tells me that in these scenarios I should be placing my stop loss below the projected low. Um, but yeah, I just, like, I don't know. It's not laziness, but it's just, if I have something that works, I'm happy with it, and I'm not gonna, like, change it that much. Also, like, when it comes to trading, I don't spend that much time, like, trading that anymore. Like, I do trade, like, obviously when I'm live or on your session, but after the session is done, I didn't usually spend time anymore back testing or refining my systems. Like, I have the system. I've been making money with this system consistently. I had better, like, periods of times, worse periods of times, but overall it's working. I use my time somewhere else than trying to make the model better or my strategy better, to be honest. Like I'm working on many different things. Um, but yeah, let's see if we can get the high. Like I really want to see this high gone. Come on, we're gonna get it now. Let's go. Let's see. I'm sure this trade, if this happened during New York, this would have been played out already way cleaner, way faster, uh, and way better overall. I, I would say because we've been like going through this idea since we even formed the 15-minute breaker beforehand. Like we didn't have the breaker, the 15-minute gap formed, and we were already looking for this thing to happen. But it's just that London session is so slow, and price action is just so weird. Uh, that being in this trade feels like we're doing something like not wrong, but I don't know, that the idea was like not that good. But in reality, I think the idea was really good. It's just that the market didn't want to give me a clean trade. I don't know. There goes the high that I was pretty confident that we would take. Um, Let me show the executions here because I want to see where execution marks. There we go. That was the long entry. I got stopped here for, yeah, no, just like 5 ticks. And we've run higher, whatever. I'm happy for everyone if you're still long on this. I know, I know. We need to do New York sessions. I think we would have a great time. GG Tom, nice. Um, and yeah, like don't I don't think we're gonna reverse from here. Like I think this is like still a good continuation long out of this 15-minute gap that were looking at. Um, you just have to be cautious about how market is moving right now. Anything can happen. Like look at this. Try this like move. Just be aware that you have to play it safe. Um, and yeah, that's it. Like I'm quite sad that we couldn't like I couldn't take the trade to the high. I should have entered again here, but whatever. I'm okay with it, and I'm okay also because I know some of you took it with like different stop loss or whatever, and you're still long, and the idea was right. So GG, Alex. Nice. I'm happy. I'm happy. Um, yeah. You guys have any question? Um, Anything that you want me to go over? See, that's what I was saying. That's something that I really was thinking was gonna probably happen, that we wouldn't retrace and keep going higher. Again, my drawn liquidity remains the same thing here for this high, uh, the 25th of February high. So my drawn liquidity for today remains the same. Gold, what's gold doing? Oh, guys, check. The gold long is also playing out. That one I didn't take it, obviously, because I don't usually trade gold. But the idea here was pretty much the same. We took liquidity here. This is pretty much like relative equal lows on the 5 minute. We tap minus manipulation from above. We had a 5 minute breaker. Also, it was a 15-minute breaker, if I'm not wrong. Yeah, it also was a 15-minute breaker, and then we're moving higher. Same logic as the trade on NQ. That's a great decision. That's what I was saying. Like we really need to be cautious. You don't want to get trapped into a trade where you could have like, because mental capital is something real. Like you need to take care of your mind, and also some of the trades are hard to go through. But yeah. But yeah, I don't think I'm gonna get anything on my end for this session anymore. As I said, like I'm gonna be streaming London session the whole week. So tomorrow is Wednesday, Thursday and Friday I'm gonna be doing London. I don't usually, to be honest, Andres. Like I've done these things in the past where I would like keep track of the things that I did and whatnot. Um, I sometimes like check like some of these trades, like what could have been better, or you know, or not, and note it. Uh, but I don't usually do it that much anymore because I've been doing it for like I did it already a ton of times, and I build up conviction on my model, and and yeah. But if you're starting, like it's something that you should do, like check on how your performance was, also checking on your emotions when you were executing that like, specific trade, because sometimes it's not like something about the chart itself, it's something about yourself. If you need to fix something about your psychology or the way you behave under pressure, you know. So yeah, since I don't think I'm gonna take anything more, we're gonna give it 10 more minutes for the stream. So you can guys shoot me any questions, whatever. We check the chart 10 more minutes, and I think we can call it a day. I think we had a good read of the market today. Um, Both high time frame and low time frame. I think we had a good read, good direction. The execution on my end was not the best, but I'm okay with the outcome. I'm happy with it anyways, and I'm happy if some of you took it and managed to profit from. You managed to get something from the analysis. Yeah, I was patient. Um, I was expecting the same thing that happened right now. Like we were looking at the formation of 15-minute gap and then going back lower to the 1 minute to look for an entry. We were patient until that happened, and that's it. That's why I'm happy with it. Like I followed my process, you know. Um, and that's really, for me, that's more important than taking a win. Like the worst thing that can happen to someone is winning on a bad trade. To be honest, I would just focus on New York. I would do this, to be honest, later. Um, I think I had a great time. Like I was in Miami last year, by the end of the year, October. I've never had a better time trading. I would just wake up, get a coffee, because I usually like I live in Europe, so when I wake up, London session is happening. And obviously London session is not like my main session. It is something I do because I really want, like, thelab.live really wants to have like a stream during London session, so it fits my time zone. But when I was like in Miami for a few weeks, my trading was way better because I don't know, I just woke up fresh with the price action that New York AM gives you. Uh, it was something that I don't know. I just woke up, opened the charts. If I saw something, I would take it. If not, I would just go do any other things. Ooh, Anthony, you're on the long gold from 4795. Damn, that's a good entry. What's your target, if I can ask you, Anthony? But yeah, gold also was a good trade. Chris, thank you. Thanks to you for tuning in once more. All-time high. Damn. Damn. Good target. 4, 8. Yeah, same target as I was looking for. These really typical highs here. Yeah, really good trade. I would say the moon. The moon. Check. And Q is gonna go to the moon today. Uh, okay, before we end the stream, I'm gonna check the likes count again. And if someone missed to hit the like button, it's the moment, please do it for me. I like the way we've checked the charts today and we've read the market. You're welcome, brother. Okay, 4 minutes to go. More questions? If you got questions, just the moment. If not, you're gonna have to wait until tomorrow that we're gonna tune in again for London. Mm, mm, mm. I'm gonna get rid of all the chartings here, get rid of the executions. We're gonna go over again on the daily so everyone's aware of what I'm looking for. Prediction for New York on NQ and gold. That's what I was gonna do right now. It's like my prediction for NQ is that at least we go to this high here. That's my draw. Like there's a chance that we worse by lose or not entering. I think not getting an entry. Like if you lose, at least you had the chance of winning. But if you don't have an entry, you didn't even have the chance of winning or losing. Okay, so for me the target for the day is 25, 7, around 7, 10. Yeah. That's my target. That's my prediction. I think we still go lower. Similar to what we did yesterday. Uh I might be wrong and we don't hit this today, but that's my expectation. And for gold, I don't trade gold much, but it makes sense that we manage somehow to get to a 26 this high, or even a little bit higher to this equal highs here. But going for this high here makes so much sense. That's why I framed this long here that I didn't take because I don't trade gold. But yeah, like I think A26 and A34 makes sense for gold to happen. Those are my expectations. If I'm gonna trade New York, that's the drawn liquidity that I wanna use. I look for. It looks like NQ really wants to go higher. That's the thing. I was not expecting that we could like start moving higher to in London. I was expecting like some sort like more of a consolidation price action to then go higher at New York. But I'm surprised. Thanks, Layer. I'm gonna for sure be on some New York sessions next week. I'm gonna make it happen. I'm gonna make it happen. 68. Good enough. We're close. We're getting close there. So good enough. For now, it's good enough. I really think we can go higher in New York. But whatever. Um, I think we are wrapping it up, guys. Thank you so much. Don't forget to like it, please, and subscribe. We're growing. We're going all in on the Lab Live. So we will really appreciate it if you just hit the like and subscribe. Thank you so much again for tuning in once more. Uh, we're gonna see each other tomorrow with another great price action session. Uh, thank you, Chris. It was a good one. Yeah, it was a good one. Even though I took a loss, I think the read was a really good one. Olivia's, thank you. Thank you, Danster. And again, I see you tomorrow. Have a great time. Thank you so much. Bye.